Hello and welcome to my.homecampus.com.sg. In this lesson, we learn how to do subtraction with regrouping. Okay, the question is, Susan and Anna had 3,131 clips altogether. Susan had 1,465 clips. Find the number of clips that Anna had. Okay, now let's use a model diagram to understand the question. So Susan had some clips and so did Anna. And altogether they had 3,131 clips. Now out of these 3,131 clips, Susan had 1,465 clips. And the difference between the two will give us the number of clips that Anna had. Okay, but now how to find the difference? Well, difference means subtraction, so we'll do subtraction. Okay, so we'll subtract the smaller number from the bigger number. And as usual, we'll start with our place value chart. Okay, now on the place value chart, we'll put the bigger of the two numbers. So we'll put 3,131 on the place value chart, and this is what it'll look like. Now from here, 3,131, we will subtract 1,465. The first step, as usual, would be to subtract the ones. So we subtract the ones. We have 1 1, and from here we will subtract 5 ones. Well, now how is that possible? We cannot subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So what do we do then? Well, what we do is we go to the next higher place, which is the tens place. We take one of the tens and we break that up into 10 ones. So here's what we do. We take 1 10, we break that up into 10 ones. Okay, so then what do we have now? Well, we have 10 ones that we borrowed and the 1 1 that was already there. So altogether we have 10 plus 1, which is 11 ones. Now from the 11 ones, we can now subtract 5 ones. So if you look at the right side of the screen to see how the working actually happened, then we had 3 tens, we borrowed 1 10, we were left with 2 tens. We borrowed and broke that up into 10 ones. So now the ones column will have 11 ones. We subtract 5 ones from there. Okay, and what we have left is 6 ones. So now the tens column has 2 tens and the ones column has 6 ones. Okay, what do we do next? Well, we go on to subtracting the tens now. So the second step is to subtract the tens. We have 2 tens from which we need to subtract 6 tens. Again, that's not possible because we cannot subtract a bigger number from a smaller number. So what do we do now? Well, we again borrow. We go to the hundreds place. We take one of the hundreds. Well, in this case, there is only exactly one 100. So we take that 100 and regroup it into 10 tens. So here's what we do. We take the 100, we regroup that into 10 tens, and altogether we have 10 plus 2, which is equal to 12 tens. Alright, so now if you look at the right side of the screen to see the working, this is what happened. We borrowed the 100, so we had 0 hundreds left, and we placed that into the tens column, so we now have 12 tens. Now from the 12 tens, we subtract 6 tens, okay, and what we have left is 6 tens. 12 tens minus 6 tens is 6 tens, and we have 6 tens left. Okay, the third step now. Well, the third step is to subtract the hundreds. We have 0 hundreds, and we want to subtract 4 hundreds from there. That can only be possible if we regroup one of the thousands. So that's what we do. We regroup one of the thousands into 10 hundreds. Okay, now if you go back to the working here, we had 3 thousands, we borrowed 1, we were left with 2. So in the thousands column, we have 2 thousands left. Okay, so we write down 2 here, and we borrowed 1,000. So altogether now we have 10 hundreds. Okay, now we subtract 4 hundreds from 10 hundreds, and what do we get? Well, we get 6 hundreds. So there you go. On the place value chart, you can see there are 6 hundreds left. Finally, the last step is to subtract the thousands. We have 2 thousands and we subtract 1,000 from there. Quite straightforward. We have 1,000 left. So 3,131 minus 1465 is equal to 1666. So Anna had 1666 clips. Let's summarize the steps. So we have 3131 and we want to subtract 1465 from there. The first step is to subtract the ones. Since we cannot subtract 5 ones from 1 1, we regroup the tens into 2 tens and 10 ones. Now the ones column has 11. 11 minus 5 is 6. Okay, the second step is subtract the tens. We cannot subtract 6 from 2. So we again regroup. We regroup the hundreds this time. And we have 0 left in the hundreds column, but we now have 12 tens. From the 12 tens, we subtract 6 and we get 6. The third step is subtract the hundreds. We cannot subtract 4 hundreds from 0 hundreds. So what we do is we regroup the thousands. When we regroup the thousands, 3 thousands becomes 2 thousands and 10 hundreds. Now, from the 10 hundreds, we subtract 4 hundreds and we get 6 hundreds. The last step is to subtract the thousands. 2 thousands minus 1,000 gives us 1,000. So Anna had 1666 clips. That's the end of this lesson. For more such questions, practice exercises and worksheets, go to my.homecampus.com.sg. This is Em signing off for now. Bye-bye.